right, Grand Rising people, hope everyone's having a lovely day. I also hope that everyone is enjoying their new year. I did something random. I traveled outside of the city, so that was me doing something, spectacular for myself, something I never did and I always wanted to do. So with that being stated, I want to do a shout out to Ralph Smart. I want to do a shout out to Rashad Jamal. If you don't know those people, look them up. They have phenomenal theories. They have phenomenal information to give you and messages. Shout out to a lot of people that I really do listen to, that speak about the chosen ones, that speak about protecting your energy, that speaks about not giving up on yourself and giving up on others. Excuse me. People that talk about the quantum realms. You can't forget it. It's in most of the Marvel movies. So people are just not making these things up when they say that, hey, we are multi-dimensional beings, living a human experience, meaning that this flesh that we are in right now can decompose or, get really sickly or fall apart. And then, that inside voice that you have goes and travels, to the next place where you will find your deja vus and things of that nature. So with that being stated, this is a very special year, just like last year was special, and I have to continue to remember that each day and each year and each month is a learning lesson, that no one is perfect and no one has really mastered this whole thing. If they have, congratulations. If they're being selfish and not teaching us, that sucks, but for the most part, it's up to us to go out there and learn these things ourselves. And you have to protect your energy in the process of it, and that's something that I always struggled with. Like, I was either always too into myself or too into other people, and that is not healthy sometimes, because there are energy vampires and there are people that just hate you and despise you or envy you because they don't know how you got to where you are, or they just think that you have it a certain way, like they said, born with a silver spoon or gold spoon or whatever, and that's not always necessarily the case. Everyone has to work for what they want, and just because someone achieved it a little faster, a little later, a little earlier, a little easier, like however you want to say it, that doesn't mean they necessarily didn't work for it. So it's not always about doing the wrong thing. Half the time it's about doing the right thing, but then opening up people's eyes. So with that being stated, make sure that your life has a purpose. Make sure it has a meaning. Make sure that you are getting up to, cherish the earth versus destroy it, because the earth gives us what we need in order to live and survive. The light, the plants, the nutrients, the good energy that we have when we're outside being around the people that we love. What we think about the most is what consumes us and what, comes out into the world. And if you think, about building businesses or reading books to children or educating those or being there for people that have so-called mental disorders or whatever, like, you'll be making the world brand new again. You will be, giving hope to people that don't have hope or don't have inspiration. So something that Ralph Smart says a lot is like, if not now, then when? A lot of people have said that throughout their lifetime. Like, I want to go do this. If you're not going to do it today, then when we going to go do it? Then, you know what I'm saying? We got to figure out. But this is actually like the time is now, and it's always been now. And I feel it. Most days is stronger than others. Some days is little shaky, baby. Shout out to Ralph Smart. But for the most part, I do feel like if we don't do what we need to do this year, next year is going to be 10 times harder on us. And we should definitely stick together. Every single person out there, no matter what job or industry you work in, you have a family. If you don't have a family, you can create your family. If you don't want to create your family, then fine, stick to yourself. But again, either you want to be a hero, or you want to be a helper, or you want to be a villain, or you want to be a bad guy, however you want to say it. But there's good people out here, and there's good people that don't mind stopping bad people, and there's bad people that want to stop the good people. So with that being stated, we're always at a constant battle, a constant war, for everlasting life. So I do have to push fear aside. I do get really hesitant. I get shaky. I get, nervous because I know I haven't did all of my homework that I needed to do, but I embrace it, and I just keep my inner child, and I also just try things out to see what happens, like a trial and error, like an experiment. So for the most part, I'm super excited that I'm here still with you guys, and thank you for being here for me. It has not been a really, great journey or exciting journey, but it has been a eye-opener for many of us, and we should again just push fear aside and increase the love. Whatever it is that you love, it shouldn't be so much materialistic things, but it should be just the simple principles and values and morals of life. But it's okay to love the material things because that's what we have around us, so embrace it too, accept it all. Think about what last year taught you. Think about what this month taught you. Think about what all the months have taught you. For me personally, it taught me that, again, I cannot trust everyone. It's always been like that. To keep to myself more, not to be so helpful, not to be so friendly. It taught me not to be so angry sometimes, but then being angry is actually what gets you what you want sometimes. It's that anger, that passion is your determination to push through and make a change. So sometimes you might have to step on some toes or make some people upset. And sometimes you just need to follow the rules as they are written. So that way, hopefully you can make an impact in a different way. Think about what do you need to improve. I have a few things I need to improve myself. I'm going to write those things down later, do a little self-evaluation on myself. So when I am ready to start sometime this week or next week, I'll feel a little bit more at peace to know that I did self-reflect, because I love self-reflecting. It helps me grow as a person, and it allows me to, just see what I can do better for myself, because I do want to become a better individual for myself, for my community, for my family, for my lover, whoever. What do you mean? Whoever, for real. I just want to, be my best. So when they're up, I'm up with them. And when they're down, I can hopefully bring them up and don't bring them further down. And hopefully the same energy is, put out there, comes right back to me. So for most of us, you probably felt like you were reborn. Some people probably felt like, they're partially passing away or they're dying, but you're really not going anywhere, not right this second, not at this moment. Time is of an essence, so you just use your time wisely on creating the world that you always wanted for yourself and partially for others. I always include others because without this world and without many businesses and without, the teamwork of people, we wouldn't be able to feed our families, build the schools, farm, so many different things. So I always have to keep it plural and not keep it singular, because it's just more than one person, and people should really come together with people that's like-minded so we could formulate a plan, a strategic plan, on how we can continue to make the community more safe and more durable, especially for the children. They shouldn't have to run around being afraid. They shouldn't be abused verbally or physically. It's not okay for them to be, left out on the code by themselves or while their parent or grandparent is underneath the influence of things. It's not okay that, they're taking the vulnerable people and trafficking them across the United States and across the country. That is not okay to me. That sits really spicy in my stomach and in my soul. It makes me sick. So it's up to us to come together as a community and, bring that love and peace. I think we should definitely get back into doing block parties. It doesn't matter if it's summer, winter, fall, whatever. Let's do a block party soon. Let's, come together with our whatever it is that you have, fruits and vegetables, hot dogs, whatever. Of course, we're not supposed to be eating that stuff, but for right now, something is better than nothing, just to show that we do care and that we stand for each other. you know. So that's some things to think about. People has always used mental health as a excuse for, being a victim or being a suspect. For the most part, mental health is you being around people that are like-minded like you, that's not gaslighting you, and that is being openly honest to you about what your weaknesses are and what your strengths are, and helping them become, stronger in those weaknesses, and keeping them motivated and educated, from simple elementary education to possibly college. It's about being in nature. We were born in nature. Even though we were born in a hospital, before then, you were actually born outside or in your little hut, or probably in some water, who knows. But even if you do not like the outdoors, go outside. It doesn't matter if it's snow, raining, whatever. Breathe in that good ass piranha, that good air, that good energy. Get that sunlight, the photosynthesis, get it, because you need it. Staying sheltered in one place for too long is very, very sad and very depressing, and no wonder why you feel the way that you feel. You have created yourself a own prison that you can break out of at any point in time, regardless of what type of diseases are out there. We have had chickenpox, measles, we have had mumps, we have had, the list goes on, AIDS, HIV, we done had Ebola, now we got COVID of multiple strands, we done had everything. Don't let this now stop you from living your best life. No matter what age you are or how young you are, your life is not over, and it still has a lot of importance in it and for it. It's really up to you to see it, but for the most part, a lot of people like myself see it in you. So I see it in myself, and I can see it in myself. I know someone else has the same potential. So let's come together, let's stick together, and let's